All right, somebody picks up.
So last week we started off we were making our way through the secret hideout of Dr. Barden. After finding a super highly technical construct with brains that wasn't hostile, we took one of his brains to a cleric of Coldridge to be analyzed, and Graven asked 5 questions to the brain, but essentially the one that popped out the most was that Dr. Barden and Zongold were going to open some sort of new faculty somewhere more central. And now we have made our way through the Pseudo Empire, which we believe is the place that is most central. Some side notes: we did go into the crevasse thing, and we did manage to get some obsidian down there. And during last session we also explored and found out that we can make improvised bombs and frag grenades.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so we'll pick up in the main city, I suppose, where you guys just landed somewhere. There's probably a smaller airship port somewhere in the city.
So what's the first step? How do we find this central faculty, or I don't know how he called it?
Well, you're the one that had the genius idea of making contact with the criminal underground.
Well...
And that's when we said, hand us over your money.
Right, that is what happened. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna go and find my old contacts again. Did you guys want to come along this time? Please?
I'm following.
Thagrak, you might want to go with him. In fact, why don't we... I don't have anything else to do.
Well, I'm definitely going with him. I want to show off my bomb and sell it to people.
Rowan, do you have anything in particular you need to do?
I've got nothing to do but watch the chaos that unfolds.
Then we're all going with you this time.
You're saying like there actually is going to be chaos.
Thagrak's trying to sell a bomb. If that's not going to lead to chaos, I really don't know what is.
Are you sure that the criminal underworld is where you want to sell these things, Thagrak?
If they paid me for them, I don't care who I tell them to.
I just shake my head. Well, yeah, I guess I'm going to try and find the criminal underworld contacts.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super hard if you know what to look for. It's pretty easy to find. So you find it.
Okay.
There's kind of like a door that you see that's like it kind of looks old, but there's a couple symbols around it. You know, is probably an entrance to one of the places.
Well, I walk in. Is the door trapped?
Yeah, you already know that from experience.
I would imagine.
All of these doors are trapped.
I knock on the door.
You see like a pair of dark eyes kind of jet out from a little hole in the door, and they're like, "Yeah, what do you want?"
Business. Can I come in?
Neat. Okay. You hear some clicks on the other side of the door, and it slowly swings open for you.
I walk in.
So he gives you the secret handshake. Graven.
Okay.
Graven knows it. But it's just part of the ritual of getting into these places. So who's the next one in the line?
Probably me or Thagrak.
Definitely
Yeah.
Thagrak.
Yeah, he holds out his hand to you, Thagrak.
I try and copy what Graven did.
Roll me a perception, and actually roll me a performance, because that would be funnier. You just like go for his hand, and he like quickly goes the way you're supposed to go, and you just go the other way. And he's like, "Yeah, get out of here."
Yeah, I shoot him the fingers. You got it, and I walk forward.
Okay, roll me a dex at disadvantage.
And 12.
Yeah. No, you start walking forward past them, and you get caught by like 6 nets, and you hear some kind of whirring in the walls, and you're just like slingshotted out of the door. You're flying through the air right now.
Oh, okay. When I land, pull out my bomb.
Yeah, you land probably 40, 50 feet away.
Oh god.
Jeez.
All right, who's the next one?
It's probably you, Kerveius.
All right, I'll walk up and do the shake.
Ah, nice. Okay, you can go. He looks at you, Rowan.
I walk up and I just hand him 10 platinum.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you're pretty smart. You're allowed in.
That's a little excessive, don't you think?
Rowan just sort of gestures back at Thagrak and said, I didn't want to go flying.
And the door closes in Thagrak's face.
All right. So I take the bomb
Uh-huh.
and I place it at the base of the door.
Yeah, sure.
I light and I get the fuck out.
Okay, so
Oh my
you guys are gonna have
God.
to get Thagrak out of jail, I guess. As the bomb goes off, nothing happens to the door. You see like a scorch mark on one side. You're like, I don't know. And then you hear the hooves of horses quickly running towards you.
I just look over at Kerveius and I say,
To an
I told you so.
I'm not the one that denied it.
Oh, wait, you're right. I look at Graven and say, I told you so.
All right, Thagrak, I'm gonna need some stealth checks.
God damn.
18.
Okay. There's a couple
Pretty good for a
officers,
+1 stealth.
so I'm just gonna give them advantage. Yeah, they beat it. I mean, you're a dwarf, so it's pretty easy to lose your way. But I guess these are really trained guys at finding dwarves specifically. So like they just start running after you. You like look behind you, and there's like 4 horses behind you just chasing you.
I mean, it's 4 people. I could probably kill them. How
4
bad
guards.
would it get?
They're 4 trained guards.
4 guards in the main city.
Yeah, they're probably new recruits.
They don't look it.
I mean,
Well, just gonna keep trying to duck down alleys and places horses are gonna have trouble going.
I mean, they're still faster than you, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they're able to catch you. I mean, you're running. They bring in extra guards. They like cut you off. They're not dumb. This
Yeah,
is the main city.
The whole city's
How
after
many horses
him.
were in this chase?
None. The riders are really good. So it probably takes them like a minute, but they catch you. Or at least there's enough of them to make you worry about how much health you have.
All right.
So Thagrak's in processing. I guess he's not technically in jail yet.
how much do we know?
Nothing.
Nothing. We just hear an explosion, and then we're just like, fuck.
What have you done?
I'll be right back.
And then Rowan's like, I told you so. Wrong person. I told you so.
I guess we're gonna have to get him out of trouble later.
All right, let's
Let's-
backtrack like
A minute.
a minute 30.
Jeez.
You guys are just entering the thieves' den.
We're gonna have to deal with that later. I don't feel like dealing with that now.
Neither do I.
No.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say you guys don't know what happened. It's pretty easy to assume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, lead the way.
got it. And I lead the way.
Yeah, you lead the way down the. It's actually pretty spacious. Well lit. They don't really like those fake news about them that small, dark, cramped corridors. It's grass. It's well lit, well cleaned. Someone probably is paid to clean these hallways. It's basically just hallways. They go into the Undercity. You see a lot of doors, some with labels, some without.
Am I going towards a central place in this hall, or?
This kind of place doesn't have a central place. They just have what you're looking for somewhere.
What I'm looking for somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. I start reading the labels to see if they could point me in the right direction.
So what are you looking for?
Anything that would have Dr. Barden's name, of course, obviously, but also anything that could lead me to any like body manipulation, body changing body, whatever the word is.
Augmentation.
That.
This is a thieves' den, so they have information. No body manipulation stuff. No one down here is really into that.
What are the kinds of names that I see on the labels?
No, there's no names. There's more like places of what you're looking for stuff. And they're all, of course, labeled in the secret thieves' camp. So it's all a mumble jumble of words and symbols. But you know what it says.
Do any of those names reflect any of the names that, well, not names, but any of those words reflect any of those words on the, in Dr. Barden's, like, old journal?
Nope. Like I said, this is more of a thieves than a Dr. Evil Person den.
Anything about the secret circle? Was that it?
Not obtusely. You might find someone who's willing to sell some information about the secret circle.
Yeah, I would imagine, but any ideas, guys?
What about anything related to your brother's name?
I don't think those words are thieves' cant, so I don't think they're very related to my brother's name.
That, and they wouldn't really give names.
True.
Yeah.
Code names maybe, but then we'd have to decipher the code. But I think we're looking in the wrong direction with that.
In general, or?
Looking for his name specifically.
Oh, okay.
We're looking for a laboratory or a den, a hidden base of operations.
I mean, I did say that there were people who were selling information.
And that's probably the way we're gonna have to go to.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to pay someone for that information. I know you have at least 500 gold.
Yes, I gave you 500 gold.
Yeah, so I know you have that much at least to pay for information.
All right, I'll go. I'll go and find someone to buy some information.
Sure, there's a couple different information shops. Would you like to stop by the first one or keep going?
Do they have any specialties?
They're basically all just selling information.
Okay, I'll just go in the first one.
All right, you walk into the first shop. You see like a oldish-looking gnome. They have like a big old scar across one eye. One eye is white because they're missing it. They kind of give you a look as they're playing with a dagger, trying to look all cool and suave, and it slips a little bit, and they stab themselves in the finger, and they're like, "Ow! What do you want?"
Looking for information. Why else would I be here?
Because you fancied a duel with the Daggermeister.
God.
No, I don't fancy a duel with the Dago scrub.
Oh, get out!
Are you sure? I mean,
Insulting my knife skills, and how dare you?
I mean, I did see you just fumbled your dagger.
You didn't see that. Tricks of the light.
Uh-huh. Anyways, do we want to talk business, or are you actually kicking me out?
I don't know. Are you gonna leave?
Unless you force me.
I'm too lazy.
All right, so then I'm looking for information.
I'll give you a discount if you have a bandage.
Look at Rowan.
Rowan is cracking up in the background like she's just trying to hold it together and not doing a very good job. Still cracking up, I just pull out a small roll of bandages and hand it over.
All right, thanks. Just give me a second. Like turns around, wraps his finger in the band-aid. Like, okay, we were talking business, I think.
Yes. So, I'm looking for.
Wait. Let me guess. You're looking for your dog.
No, incorrect.
Oh.
I heard that there could be some secret laboratories and whatnot in this city. I need to know their location.
I mean, it wouldn't be secret laboratories that weren't secret. You expect me just to pull out a book with the locations of secret laboratories on it?
I pull out my sack of gold.
I mean, that's a good amount of gold, but it's not a lot.
What do you mean it's not a lot?
That's what, like 460 gold?
How much is the information worth to you?
I mean, I'm going to have to find these labs, and you didn't really give me any specifics, so a lot.
How long will it take you to get this information?
Again, no specifics. There's probably a couple of them, so a lot.
You're asking him to find all of them right now. You just want one specific one, and you don't know how to describe it.
Accurate.
Do you know a place that would, I don't know, maybe a lab that specializes in like putting like brains in a box and like mechanical parts into dead bodies and
That is
you know,
way more specific.
yeah, a place that kind of works towards that sort of modifications.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So that's pretty. That's a lot more information. It's a lot to go off there. Yeah, sounds pretty dangerous though. If someone's messing with mechanical people and probably magic too. 1,500 gold.
Is that including the discount or not?
Yeah, I took 100 off.
Only 100.
Pay the man.
Band-aids.
He's
All
giving
right.
you $100 discount for like bandages, which cost like a copper.
which is fair enough. All right, so I give him the 1,500. So
Oh, I could have asked for more. You just added on you. That's okay.
You didn't
Hey,
handle
usually
it
people
all.
are like- Usually people are like, "Oh, that's a lot of gold. Oh no, what am I gonna do?"
We had a really lucrative trip recently.
Okay, I wouldn't say that like out in the halls, but okay.
No.
let's just say
I did
I've
not
had,
have a lucrative trip.
He had a lucrative trip.
I've had a bad time with bargaining.
Regardless, how quickly can you get this information to us?
I mean, it sounds like you need it. So 4 days.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. All right. So should we just pop back here in 4 days, or will you be contacting us in some way or another?
Well, this person seems pretty high profile, so I'll probably have to burn my shop. So I guess I'll find you.
Just FYI, we're probably looking for a laboratory of Dr. Barden's.
Oh, I'm burning my lab now. Okay, everyone out. We're burning it. It's down to the ground. Goodbye, shop.
Which means
All right.
highly high profile target.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad I
Like, as he
specified the
says he's
name.
burning it now, he takes out fire bombs. It's gotta go.
Do
No
they
traces.
kind of resemble Thagrak's bombs?
No, they're just like potions, basically.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna like back out of the shop.
We're
real
leaving.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you guys turn to
How
leave, it
will-
just starts throwing the fire bombs. Nothing
How will
remains. Everything must go.
How will you find us?
You're pretty easy to find. I mean, look at you.
Yeah, this is true.
I look at myself. What? I start like smelling my armpits.
You know what? We're just gonna go. And I start walking away.
You hear like several more explosions of fire bombs, and then
Does it draw the
He's just
guards?
yeah, you're
No, because
underground.
we're underground.
Oh.
Alright, now that that's taken care of, I guess we'll go break him out.
So we have to assume the worst, right?
He threw his
That he's
grenade.
And he's probably in jail.
Cool.
So we'll cut
mean-
to Thagrak. So Thagrak, you're in big old manacles.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken your weapons. They've taken your armor. They put you like in wrist
one.
manacles and arm manacles.
And he's thinking, why didn't it pull up the door?
That's fair.
Like, if they talk to him, he's like ignoring the thinking to himself. He's like, it's like that scene when you see all the numbers come up, and he's like, what directional force? If I make it go one way instead of all the way, all around, block the force from going one way, push into the door.
So they like push you into a room with like just a really old, tired looking wizard dude with really long gray hair. Like he looks at you like over his glasses. He kind of pushes him down his long nose. He's like, what did you do?
I blew a bomb.
You threw a bomb in the city?
I didn't throw it. I placed it on the ground. And then,
Pish posh, what's the difference?
well, you said throw. I didn't throw it.
Meh, whatever. So you placed down a bomb in the city, and then you ran from the guards. Luckily, you didn't attack anybody, because that would have been a much longer
I ran
sentence.
the bomb, not the guards.
Yeah. I got here that you ran from police to avoid capture.
No, I just ran the bomb.
Okay, so
That thing has obsidian in it. It's gonna go everywhere.
we'll
I'm not
add
sticking
being
it.
stupid to your list of charges.
I love this guy.
You weren't violent towards the police, though, so I guess that's a bonus. General nuisance, running, being dumb. I'm not gonna throw you in jail. I'll put you in a holding cell for, let's say 800 bail, 800 gold.
I don't even know how much gold this character has.
So the guards take him away, put him in the holding cell. If he has friends, I'm sure they'll come to collect him. Let them know it's 800 gold. Get out of my courtroom, you vagrant. Throwing bombs in places people live. Like, you hear him ranting as you're being pushed out the door.
Didn't throw the bomb. I placed it.
So the guards just push you like along into a holding cell made specifically for barbarians. Those like big thick bars, like cross-section bars, bolted like 18 times into the wall. And so they're just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, he's still just thinking of his new bomb.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would expect nothing less. Alright, so that probably took like 5 minutes.
All right, so we have to find the police station, essentially.
I think so, yeah.
I go up to the nearest officer.
Yeah, there's just a guy like kind of sitting on the corner in obvious guard attire.
Looking for your nearest station. We're looking for our party idiot.
Well, there's a lot of those. It's a big town. So which one are you looking for?
Whichever one chased down a raggedy-looking dwarf.
Oh, did he throw a bomb?
Yes, we think so.
Okay, I know the guy. Come on, follow
we
me.
apologize. He broke out of his
Thank you.
leash.
Yeah, they do that. You gotta watch them bomb makers. I bet you thought I was gonna say dwarves, didn't you? That's racist. I meant bomb makers specifically. They're dangerous. They're a dangerous folk, bomb makers. A little unhinged.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Juniper fella. That's why he doesn't live in this city anymore.
Yeah. I'm just like
We just left. Rowan's
nodding and
in the
smiling.
background.
Nodding and smiling.
The bomb makers. Well, let me tell you, we had one shop go up, boom, took out 18 houses. Luckily, it was an abandoned section, because I guess he wasn't that dumb. But you know, there's still 18 houses we gotta rebuild. Like, whoa, what a pain. Oh, here we are. You folk have a nice day. I'm gonna go do guardly business.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Walk in.
It's you walk in. It's a holding cell area. There's a bunch of ne'er-do-wells, or probably also innocent folk who didn't much wrong, but like have a 50 gold bond.
Do we see our ne'er-do-well?
Yeah, he's just sitting in one corner in a very, very obvious like strong person prison.
With a very obvious thinking expression on his face.
He looks almost like he's in pain.
I start snapping my fingers. Hey, Thagrak.
Thagrak, if you scrunch your face anymore, it's gonna get like that.
I look up.
We're here to.
Oh,
We're
I had a new idea for a new bomb.
Let's.
You're in.
The guards just look at you. They're like, really?
Let's put a pin on that for later. And by later, I mean very much later. And I'm looking at the guards.
Look, we don't care if he makes bombs. Just don't take him in the city.
And I just give him a thumbs up. How much to get him out?
800 gold.
800 gold?
Any way to bring that price down? Like community service.
That's what the Judge ordered. That's what he's got to pay.
Thagrak, how much gold do you have on you?
Nothing. Oh, no, I have 40 gold.
40
Oh,
gold.
then 760 is how much he owes you.
Oh my god.
How much is obsidian worth?
Not a lot.
I'm looking directly at the guard.
Obsidian's not gold, dude.
What do you mean?
It's not worth a lot. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Or they're trying to tell
What?
you. Basically, this is coming out of your paycheck.
Oh my god, it so is.
Graven, if you could pay him.
I just sigh, and I go towards the guard and fork out 760.
Okay. They go to the cage. The cage. They open the door. They're like, "Please, no more bombs in the city."
I just
I start walking out, stroking my beard, thinking, who would know how to help me build this bomb?
Don't forget to get your stuff.
You want your axe and
Turn
maul,
around and-
right?
I don't have an axe.
Your
I
maul.
turn around and get my maul. That's my cloak. What else do I have? Oh, I guess I have a potion. Yeah, grab all my stuff.
then I just urge you out the door as quickly as possible.
I just want you to know, Thagrak, I'm not giving you any more gunpowder.
You have shown irresponsibility with it. Therefore, you get known.
Just deep in thought.
I don't think he's listening to us.
Now you know how I feel.
I was gonna ask him what did we learn, but apparently that's not a really good question to ask at the moment.
He learned something.
Rowan just looks at Kerveius and she's like, I listen sometimes.
Yeah, and then you
Once in a
And
while.
when you do listen, you choose to ignore.
Occasionally.
Mostly.
Usually, I suppose. Okay, you're right.
Hey, she actually listened.
Hey!
Keep walking.
She just makes faces behind your back.
Alright, so let's go find a... Do we need a place to stay, or are we just staying on the boat?
I don't know.
Well...
I mean, if we stay on the boat, we don't have to pay anything extra other than the docking fees.
Or we could just go home and come back in 4 days.
But what if he finds the information before the 4 days are up?
Well, he said he knew how to find us, so...
Yeah, but still...
That's assuming-
The Sudan Empire to home is a bit of a distance.
Yeah, he knows how to find us, assuming that we stay in the city.
Oh, when you said home, you meant home.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not what I thought.
I mean, we don't exactly have
What other
multiple
home do we
homes.
have?
The boat!
That's not a home, that's a boat!
It's a boat. Like, home is like my village.
Home is the house we bought back at Farspire. We bought a house, right?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
That's home. Granted, we
It's-
haven't stayed in it yet, but that's technically home.
Sure, which, it's fair. I just thought that home meant boat in this case.
If you want to permanently live on the boat, that's fine. We'll do something else with your room.
No, I'm fine.
Thinking about it now and what that guard said, are we sure that we want to introduce Thagrak to Juniper?
Did you have to mention that name in front of him?
He doesn't know who Juniper is. I could point to any random person and be like, and that's Juniper, you don't want to know him. He's so deep in thought thinking about his bomb, he's not listening to
But
us.
with our luck, you're gonna end up pointing at Dr. Barden and say that's Juniper.
You don't have to say it like that.
But it almost happened. Not to that actual literal degree, but I mean...
So, do we want to head back to the boat then? We might as well. Why bother paying for...
A room?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Alright, we'll head back to the boat.
I've already spent enough money anyways today.
Yeah, Thagrak.
What?
He's not paying attention.
See, this is what I mean. You could pretty much say anything to him in this state and it's not gonna matter.
So I want you to remember this experience. Because that's how some of us feel sometimes in dealing
What,
with
him
you.
or me? Him or me? You want him to remember how
You.
this is. Rowan just gives you a very innocent look.
Thagrak is gonna trail behind, like still deep in thought, and he's gonna abruptly turn and look for a shop.
All right.
Do I-
We're keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, I was gonna
if
say,
if he turns,
Rowan-
we're
I don't
turning.
care if you're watching me. I'm just saying, like that's probably what would happen. He's short and he's not walking fast.
He turns dramatically.
so-
You all know.
We all notice. We walk back, turn him correctly, and keep going.
Can I get an opposed strength check on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a strength check, and then I guess all three of you give you a strength check.
Oh,
Hey, it's not bad.
Boy, here we
That's not
go.
gonna-
It's really not great,
that helps.
but they generally roll bad on strength checks.
Ha!
Uh,
I nudge you in the proper direction.
yeah, no.
Okay, Thagrak, you just shake Graven and Rowan off, but Kerveius is a stubborn little man. Apparently more stubborn than you are.
Just enough to get him back in the right directions, like this way.
Yep. So you just kind of you just get pushed.
Why do you want...
What are you gonna do? I don't have a bomb.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
Walk and think.
No. Thinking about.
Thinking about bomb.
Okay.
Why don't you think about the bomb on the ship?
Because thinking is better when you walk. It's proven.
Okay.
We have to walk to the ship.
So,
But
what,
I'm
like,
gonna be thinking for a while.
okay, but what is your design? What is this new thing? It's obviously going to be different from what we've experienced thus far that you've created.
So, what I want this bomb to do... Oh, I didn't get to explain it to you.
And
So,
as he's talking, I'm trying to like make sure he's following me as he's explaining
He's
this.
got his feet planted on the ground. Like, he's gonna go over to a wall in the city. Go. So, I placed the bomb on the ground, and I thought, oh, it would blow up the door. But it didn't. And then I got to thinking, but what if I had the bomb's explosion all go one way instead of every way?
So directional.
Sure. And it all hit the wall and knocked it over. So I'm trying to think, what could I get that would stay together enough against an explosion and push it all one way?
Well, maybe we should swing by a store, get some ink and parchment so you can scribble out some designs.
I don't even know what the design's gonna look like yet. That's why I have to think.
Well, maybe writing it all down will help you think.
I need metal. Metal. Yes.
I looked at Rowan. I just looked at Rowan like I tried.
Rowan walks up to Thagrak and says, "How are you going to get metal? You don't have any money.
And you're already in debt.
That's just,
You're at negative
that's just
money."
words. That's just words. Yeah, he's back in thought now.
Is he at least following us?
He's staring at the wall like a bit like this.
Do we just
Yes.
want to grab him by the beard?
I was gonna suggest, like, I'll turn into a warhorse, and you can just like tie him to me, and I'll drag him.
We'll see if that works.
I mean, it's worth a shot at this point.
All right, who's got the rope? I think we all have the rope.
I can drop him whenever. Just FYI.
Is that so?
You can drop him, huh?
Yeah.
As soon as we get within
He
500,
gets out of his thinking pose and cracks his knuckles. Do you want to go again?
let's do that on the ship where it's secluded and won't draw the attention of the guards. And I just keep walking.
All right, round two.
I just start following Kerveius. Is Thagrak following?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
because he thinks you're gonna fight him back at the
Shit out
ship.
of you.
Perfect.
Oh, whether I think it or not, a fight is going to happen.
It's like this is the only thing I can think of to get him back on the ship.
Alright.
I ain't fighting him, so it's all up to you.
Oh yeah, Rowan didn't offer to jump in into this one.
I wouldn't go in without a plan.
Good for you, because my plan was just to get him back to the ship.
All right, so you guys get back on the ship.
Look at Graven. So you want to use weapons this time or not?
As I'm boarding the ship, I'm gonna go, place your bets, Thagrak versus Graven.
Thagrak wins.
Most people place their bets on Thagrak.
All right, so you want to go weapons this time?
Whatever you want.
Of course, no killing.
Oh, no, I won't kill you.
But you're gonna hurt.
Yeah, you're on.
I'll get the bandages ready.
I draw my ball, Turk.
Okay. And initiative.
Once I finish setting up some bandages aside, I'm gonna start making some popcorn.
All right, Thagrak goes first, unsurprisingly.
Rowan just pulls out a bottle of alcohol and like uncorks it.
To no one's surprise, I'm going to go ahead and rage. And
No surprise.
I'm going to run up and smack him with the maul. Oh,
All
wow.
right.
Alright, and second attack.
Okay, so I will have the second attack.
Alright.
All right, my turn. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And then I use disengage and move away from him.
You don't know where he is.
Can I make a perception check to try and hear his footsteps?
Yeah, well, that's gonna be real hard. No.
Alright. Based off of where he went, like where he could go in front of me, I'm going to throw a hand axe straight in front of me.
I mean, I'm gonna assume you didn't go straight in front of him.
No, of course not.
Okay, yeah. You hit the front of the boat real good.
My turn?
Yes.
All right. I cast Phantasmal Force,
This is pretty good. Okay.
and I want to simulate the gravity thing that we discussed at one point. Now, the bonus here is that at 9th level, starting at 9th level, if you are hidden from a creature when you cast a spell on it, the creature has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against the spell this turn.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a what save? What is it?
Intelligence at disadvantage.
Intelligence save at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. What?
Yes.
Yep. I love how it's a 1, but somehow not that one.
Not the natural one.
So let's see.
That's
This
a fail.
lasts for concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay.
All right, you feel like you're falling up.
I mean, I don't move and I just throw weapons at him.
I'm gonna give basically all of your attacks disadvantage because you
Alright.
feel like you're falling up. So you're trying to aim like you're falling up.
23 to hit.
Still pretty good.
That hits.
And a javelin, 16 to hit.
That's my AC, so that also hits. My God. So I'm gonna have the 10. So that's 7 plus 5, which is 12. All right, my turn now, and yeah, I'm going to attack him. I'm no longer invisible, right?
All right, so deal 1d6 psychic damage,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
and barbs don't have psychic ever, but it's still a 1.
And my actual attack.
That's pretty good.
And all right, so that's crit. So that's an automatic sneak attack, and it's double
Yeah.
sneak attack.
Alright.
Oh,
So
shit.
38, so 19 damage from the sneak attack. And I throw 2 javelins at him. 12, 15.
They both miss.
Alright.
All right, attack once more.
1d6 psychic damage.
Oh yeah, and 1d6. So that's
That
not
misses.
good.
That's a miss though. 2.
And 2.
You take 2 psychic damage.
Alright. I throw my last javelin.
It's a miss.
And I try and work my way over to him.
I'm gonna make it rough terrain because your body thinks it's rough terrain.
Okay, well, how wide is the ship?
Say, actually, ships are pretty big. This is an airship, so let's say 40 feet across. You were in the
I can
middle,
move
though.
across the whole ship at half speed. Yeah, I move towards him.
All right,
Can't-
my
can't
turn.
do that anyways. Yes.
All right, so I move away the max distance that I can from him.
Okay. You're basically on the other end of the ship then.
Yeah, that works. And then I'll shoot him.
You do get attack of opportunity because he didn't disengage.
Sure. And then I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
For
That's
9
also
damage.
the 1d6 for you.
All right. So he's really far away from you now, so you definitely can't get to him within 1 turn of movements. You have to use 2. It's a pretty big
so
ship.
I'll dash towards him. So rough terrain, that'd be 70 feet. I can move.
Yeah. You're like able to get within almost hand's reach of him, let's say.
That's all I can do.
So how close is he from me? Pretty close.
A square away.
1 square. Okay. So disengage and then just move away
Yep.
to the other end,
Mhm.
and then shoot him.
I dash towards him again.
All right. So rinse and repeat. I'll disengage, move to the other end, shoot at him.
Dash at him.
All right. Rinse and repeat.
At this point, he's close enough to get to you. He's dashing to you.
All right. So I can still disengage and move away from him, right?
Yes, but he'll just run up to you every turn. Just FYI.
Okay. So he can reach up to me, but not be able to attack me.
I can move
Thagrak.
35 feet.
Yeah, he can get up to you every turn.
Yeah, because of my movement is 35.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah, I'll rinse and repeat.
Okay.
That's 8.
So if you just move, if you use just
Okay.
your movement, you can absolutely move up to him and to attack him now. Like he would have to use a bonus action or something like that to get too far away from you.
I move up to him. And
Yep. That's
that
a miss.
is. Yeah, that's an 11. Because it was at regular.
How bad does he look right now?
About half.
Okay. Yeah, I guess rinse and repeat. I don't have anything else, so.
Miss.
All right.
All
Here's your psychic.
2. I run up to him.
DC 13 con.
Yep. And I'll half that too.
All right, it would be your turn, Graven.
Yeah, I'm thinking because he's about a bit less than halfway through,
And you're running out of time.
and I'm running
Yeah,
out of time.
we're what, 2 rounds left of Phantasmal Force?
3 rounds left.
I have 2
Okay.
attacks. I forgot about that. It didn't take into account that it's reckless for some reason.
Yeah, give me a DC 11 con save.
Uh,
Yeah, you're good.
so 3 turns remaining, we said. So
Yes.
rinse and repeat.
11 damage. And 3 damage. I run up to him. Hits.
All right, so the first one's DC
God.
26. So do
13.
2 DC 13s.
1, 2.
Yep.
Uh,
You're good, but you're still taking a lot of damage.
Okay.
How's Graven looking?
I'm going to do my disengage and move to the other end again.
Yep.
But this time, as I pass through, I'm going to toss a flask of oil on him.
Okay. Make me a ranged attack. Yeah, you get.
All right, so he's covered in oil.
I run up to him.
Make me a DC 15 dex check. You slip halfway through.
Alright. I use the rather half of my movement, I guess, to stand up.
Yep. He's kind of stuck out there in the middle.
He's in the middle, and I'm on one of the ends of the boat. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to use a spell slot, a bonus action. I'll cast Hail of Thorns,
Nice.
and then I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Miss.
God damn it!
Alright.
One. He's got all his movement back.
And I
Nope.
sprint at him.
You are still covered
okay.
in oil, though.
Alright, so I sprint at him. Dex check.
Yeah.
Alright, and this one's at advantage.
Yeah. I said 15. That's a 16. You're good.
20.
Yep.
20.
Yep. No, the first one knocks me out.
You made it last longer than normal.
Damn it! Oh, I thought I had such a great plan too.
You did, but I'm a barbarian.
Oh, how much health did you have?
I still had 34 HP.
Oh, you were
That's pretty good.
just like 2 or 3 more rounds of like hitting you. I could have gotten you.
So Graven's unconscious on the deck, I take it?
Yes.
Covered in oil, I wipe my arms and my hands off on Graven's cloak.
You deserved it.
Wow, the disrespect.
Rowan's gonna wander over, bottle of wine in one hand, and just cast Healing Word at first level on Graven.
And,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
and I'll cast Predage to clean both of them off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's such a great plan that would have worked on anybody besides the barbarian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You also had a resistance to piercing.
Yep.
There you go, 12.
Okay. I get up. I'm like, ow. I really, really thought I had him.
Cutesy chicks don't make up for fire.
I
Hey.
hand Graven the half-empty bottle of wine. Here, you probably need this more than me.
All right. Are you guys doing the watch during the night? Or are you letting your crew handle that?
We'll let the crew handle it.
I'll cast alarm though.
I got it.
Like a cabin door or something.
Yeah, you're coming.
I'm gonna be like sketching.
I'm gonna watch until it's time to go to bed. I'm not gonna say anything. I just want to watch, just to see.
Rowan's like locked her cabin door and has like her bag of holding under her pillow so that way Thagrak can't get to the gunpowder.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna take someone in a room for secrets.
We have a guest.
We have potential 5th character joining us.
Interesting.
Okay. So what do you guys do during the night?
Sleep.
Yeah,
Sleep.
she's
I've been
sleeping. Graven's resting. I'm watching Thagrak doodle, I guess, and then making sure he doesn't interrupt Rowan. And then once I get tired, I'll probably go to my bed.
I assume at some point Thagrak goes to sleep as well, or does he want to take a level of exhaustion doodling?
He might take a level of exhaustion throughout the night, depending on how quickly he comes up with this idea.
Make me an intelligence check.
Okay, so I'm definitely taking a level of exhaustion.
Oh!
So at some point during the night, you're doodling, you're like falling half asleep, your eyes closed for a second, and you see it there perfectly in your vision, a cone, and you're like, "This is perfect."
You guys are gonna think the drawing is perfect, by the way.
Probably.
This is exactly what I expected of Thagrak.
Yeah. Accurate.
That sounds very accurate.
Like, if he shows that to Rowan in the morning, she's just gonna be, I expected as much.
And the funny thing is, this is after I went to sleep, so I wouldn't see this yet either.
It's really good. I like it.
Very
Okay.
proud of that. He's going to roll it up and put it in his bag.
Okay. Yep. So at some point after you're hit with this realization, you go to your bed. The morning draws by. The lot of you, or a couple of you, head to the top of the ship where you see a figure just kind of leaning on the bow of the ship, looking pretty smug.
Howdy there.
Hello.
I'll flick a coin to a Thagrak. Nice fights last night.
Thank you. Look at it, put it in my pocket. Smite fun to my bum.
We're on the hunt for the same man. That doctor.
You have our attention.
Barnard raided my father's coffin and stole his body. I want vengeance.
I just pat Graven on the shoulder. You two should talk.
Yeah, I think we should. All right. Well, you have our attention. What
Do
do
you
you
have
have in
a
mind?
name?
My name's Magnus Vasilius Wickfeld. You can call me Magnus.
Magnus. Much better.
I'm Rowan, and I'm gonna hand him a cup of coffee and, like, just sort of wander away, because she's not even fully awake yet.
I will accept this coffee.
It's very strong.
You've just been handed, like, the world's blackest coffee by a half-elf who is super short and not awake.
Yeah, if you drop a little bit on the ship, you might peel off some of the varnish on accident.
Gotcha. Perfect weapon.
The name's Kerveius.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm Graven.
Nice to meet you too.
Thagrak.
I think we met last night. At least I watched you last night. Less creepy though.
That's a little creepy, yes. You weren't watching me make my bombs, were you? Those are mine. Don't be stealing my ideas.
Oh, just you fight.
Okay.
So you said something about Dr. Barden desecrating your father's grave?
Yes, he was an old knight in this town of some renown. Last night, his coffin was destroyed, and his body gone.
And what makes you say it's Dr. Barden?
We saw him. We saw some of his goons in the area, and really only one person I know steals bodies.
Sure enough, there's only one person I know as well, and that would be Dr. Barden. So,
It wasn't a hard conclusion to reach.
So how'd you find us?
I have my ways. I know this town.
Did a creepy little gnome find you?
Yes.
Sure.
who's the creepy little gnome?
The guy that you
The-
paid
the guy you
1,500
paid-
gold
yeah.
to?
Oh!
Rowan just looks at you like, I think you need this more than me, and hands you the coffee.
I'll take a sip. And then I'll spit it out. I'm like,
I'm just like,
ugh.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I'm just looking at you. I'm just like this most dumbfounded look on my face. I'm like, you are not making a good first impression on this guy, are you?
Hey, I'm not here to make impressions. I'm here to make progress.
So, Magnus, why would Barden target your father's grave?
Just gets a sick kick out of it.
What's your father's history? You said he was a knight?
Yes, a nice knight in the realm.
Was
Well, that's part of the reason right there. It's a knight is a symbol of good. Dr. Barton would love to corrupt something like that.
Exactly.
did he pass recently?
No, he's been dead for a few years.
Are you a knight yourself?
No, I didn't take after my father.
What does Magnus look like?
Magnus is sort of a tall, thin young man. He has a rakish dark blue beard, sort of purposely shaggy hair, a small scar that looks like it was actually probably not from a blade, just some small accident. He's not a particularly threatening looking person.
Human?
Human, very human.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would say that Magnus is very clearly wealthy. His clothes are fine, and definitely not for comfort, but more for some sort of obnoxious style of this sort of.
Oh, so he's like a peacock?
I mean, his clothes are mostly blackish and red, but yeah, he's certainly very
obvious-
showy. Very showy.
very-
His rings on his fingers.
Okay, so he's obviously money.
Or at least presents as money. Yeah, those are basically our characters to some varying degrees. Yeah, so I'm a half elf, Rowan's a half elf, and Graven is a wood elf, and then Thagrak's a dwarf.
Gotcha.
So you want in on the hunt?
I would very much like to stab this man.
So would he, and I just point to Graven.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Well,
Well,
we can take turns doing it. One, then the other, then one, then the other.
for me, it's not just a simple matter of stabbing him. It's this matter also of finding my possibly the dead but now possibly still alive brother.
I'll let you stab him first, then.
Okay.
So Rowan's just sort of gonna eye Magnus and be like, so what's a fancy pants human got to add to the skill set? What can you do?
Good at stabbing things and hiding from things.
Okay, fair enough.
Did you
Even
have?
when I wanted to join, you guys made me fight, and he wants to join, and it's nothing.
I don't want to say it's because you're a barbarian and he's a rogue,
Well,
but
it's also presentation. You see, you were very rude and demanding, so there was a price that had to be paid. He's actually been polite.
He also
I think I
Claims
was
to
very
have-
polite.
claims to have information on someone that we want to find. You just wanted to get off of an island.
It was
Okay,
an
I
I
island,
think when I
it
get
was
off a mountain.
Well, okay, but point being, look, I haven't finished my pot of coffee yet.
I know, as I'm preparing the second pot for you. So, what do you know of Dr. Barton and what he's been up to?
Do you need a refresher? He's a humanitarian. He's really good at solving medical mysteries. He gives people limbs for free.
The usual PR bullshit.
Additionally, he also steals bodies to make monstrosities. So that's a thing.
And I'll relay everything I know about his sort of achievements in this tending to be human. Is much
Yeah.
more real.
Also, it probably hit you a little bit more because he was a friend of your father at some point. Because that's just the kind of guy he is.
So Dr. Barden was a friend of your father's.
For a time, before we knew anything about his hobbies.
Did your father live long enough to know about the hobbies?
Thank goodness, no.
Lucky. I mean, not that lucky that he passed, but lucky that he passed before he found out that his friend was an asshole. Don't mind me.
Have your coffee, I understand.
Does make things a little bit more interesting. There's connections.
We met the guy, Barden.
He's
Well,
smooth.
I met the guy. I don't know. Did you guys meet him?
From a distance.
You're the
I know
only
who
one.
you're talking about.
Yeah, you're the only one that's
I've never
met
seen-
with him face to face in person and had a conversation.
Yeah, I could deal without having to do that again.
You could do without being in a fancy public situation like that again.
Yes, that is also true. The guy's a sleazeball, though.
I do well with sleazeballs.
So, did you have a plan as to what you want to do for your somewhat vengeance?
For one thing is, we're here in the Sudan Empire because we have a lead that there might be an underground secret facility.
yes. Sudan Empire I know much about, as I've lived here all of my life.
Well, then you can help us find this secret hidden facility.
Probably could do that.
Yeah, so you guys seem to have met a fellow hater of Dr. Barned, who unfortunately is from a different land than this one, so he does not know as much as he wants to know about this place.
Well, we've got another 3 days, and the lead is supposed to be coming to us.
I think this is it. Or at least part of it, anyways.
Well, I'm quite good at making people talk.
Well, then, why don't we start getting people to talk and investigate to try and find said hideouts?
That's a good plan. How are you going to go about it?
I mean, I did pay for the information. I don't think it's that simple.
Yeah, but while he's looking, we can look too.
If the guy's raiding coffins, is there like a grave nearby that maybe we can
Cemeteries?
find? Cemeteries nearby. It's got to be like a cemetery guard, some sort of cemetery watch.
No, there's probably a mausoleum.
Does Magnus maybe have any noble relations within this area?
Magnus is the face of his family here, probably, so yes. There are like several large trading companies in this town, like large enough to have their own stock and warehouse. So you would probably know of them just because the sheer size of his square feet of workshop he owns. It's very impressive. There's a couple other shops. You probably have like business front where you take care of business here.
He has to buy gear from somewhere for his secret operation, right? We can probably hunt down the sales. Imagine few people are buying metalworks to raise a dead man.
The party would know this because I think they've had this discussion with someone before. He makes it all himself.
I'm gonna go to the tavern while we wait. I've got to go. I haven't had a.
Did you say you got gold?
I have a gold.
Fork it over.
Give
You
him
want
the
to
gold.
fight me for it?
Fork it over. That's gonna decrease your debt to 759 gold.
We'll call it 761. Hop off the ship.
Asshole.
You're never going to get that gold back.
He better give it back.
You're not gonna
Don't
get
go to
it
the
back.
tavern.
Until you're able to physically beat him, you aren't getting it back.
So he's
Oh,
not gonna get back.
Trust me, I've developed a plan. I can extend it further.
And yet I heard those same words come out of your mouth yesterday, and look where it got you.
Hey, I was damn close to beating him.
If it helps you
Yeah,
sleep
I-
better at night.
I make off like go to a tavern and I go to a magic shop instead.
Yeah.
When I go in, I pull out the potion of giant strength.
Yep.
How much do you give me for this?
323 gold. They just hand you a bag of 323 gold.
I have 324 gold now, guys.
We're not with you.
I know. And then I go to a blacksmith.
Yep.
Pull out my designs for the shaped charge.
Yep.
I need to make some cones that look like these. I need the hole in the top for the wick, and then a closable cover that will come off.
What are the cones made of?
What strong metal do you have?
Yeah, they have steel.
Let's try one with steel.
It's gonna cost you like 20 gold for the labor and like 2 gold for the material.
Okay, here's 24 gold.
Okay.
Someone's gonna try and take it from me later anyway, so have a little
Takes
extra.
like 30 minutes. And he pounds it out pretty easily. It's pretty close to what you want.
Do you know anyone that sells black powder?
He just points you to a shop that's like next, a couple houses away from his.
Perfect. I go there.
Yeah.
I pull out my 300 gold. How
What?
much black powder can I get with this?
They just give you like a big old keg of black powder.
And now he has his own keg of black powder. Jesus Christ.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
No, he's a genius.
I'll give him that one. It's true.
And
He's gonna come back to the ship, and Rowan's just gonna be like, "Oh shit."
I lug the keg of black powder back to the ship.
Oh, Graven's gonna give him a face when he comes back.
Well, here's the question: is there anything to differentiate a keg of alcohol than a keg of black powder?
That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah, they're probably about the same age. Okay, so your boy, explosive boy, is off doing his thing. What are the rest of you doing?
I don't know. So you want to check out a mausoleum?
Be a decent place to start.
You said your father's grave was robbed, what, last night?
Some time ago.
Why can't we check that? Well, is that graveyard here in the city?
No.
Damn.
It's in his lands.
Oh, he's not from...
He's not from around here.
Can I ask where you're from?
From a kingdom called the Vodmarsh.
Vodmarsh.
Okay, well that rules out the plan that I was going to suggest, but starting at a graveyard and looking for anything out of the ordinary seems as good a place to start while we wait for our other information.
Yeah, I agree.
Should we wait for Thagrak?
Is he really going to be any benefit to us in the graveyard?
No.
Let him
Unless-
drink.
Oof.
Unless we fight something.
Magnus, can you handle your own?
I think I can do that quite well.
I think we'll be fine.
All right. I look at the people on the ship and was like, if he comes back, let him know where we went, and just go.
Okay, boss. So there's like a high tier mausoleum, a middle tier mausoleum, and a low tier mausoleum, and then a crematory.
We probably want to go to either the medium or the high.
Probably wouldn't fit Dr. Barden's,
Well,
potential
I don't know.
profiles.
You're not necessarily from wealth, and he picked your brother.
No, but from what I understood, he was a very special case.
I mean, from what we learned from the brain watcher thing, he's fascinated with death and the stages there between. So maybe we need to look for someone who died an interesting death or like lingered. I don't know. I'm just throwing
No, but I
ideas.
think you're on the right track, or at least it's a direction, anyways.
It's a track, so like maybe people that died in a unique way. Magnus, this is going to be extremely crass, but how did your father die?
Night, he died on the battlefield. A wound to the gut. He took days to actually bleed out.
And how did your brother die, Graven?
Was shot in the neck by a guard.
So unique ways of dying in combat.
Or it's just that it took a while, so that lingering stage, it gave Barden a chance to... He's interested in that kind of transition, so I don't know, maybe we need to find people that died in battle.
Or maybe people that died slow deaths.
That too, how would we find that out?
Talk to the people at the mausoleum. If it's a wealthier mausoleum, I'm sure they know pretty much the way of everyone died.
Probably. True. If we can't find any disturbed graves, we'll talk to people. Otherwise, it might be kind of odd that a group of people are asking about how deceased.
How people died.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You don't just want to walk up to a priest and be like, so tell me the most interesting death that's been buried here.
Yeah.
Unless you're a necromancer.
Yeah, and we don't want to actually be mistaken for one of those, so we'll start by just investigating, I think. I mean, I'm all for pissing off the wealthy, but I don't want to wind up in jail for, like, necromancy or something.
Lead the way.
All right, so we hunt down the wealthy mausoleum or graveyard.
Yeah, it's not super hard to find. Yeah, it's kind of like moderately adorned by nicely hewn stone. It seems like there's some good carvings in it. It looks pretty nice. You notice, like other than it being rather ornate, it goes into the ground like a smooth slope. The rest of them just kind of. You see a couple guards on either side of the door, and you see 2 guards on the inside.
We walk up.
They just give you a look.
Like they don't try to
They
stop
just
us
keep going.
from.
Well, the gate is closed.
Oh.
Yeah, can I walk up to the guards and pull my most noblish demeanor? And actually, I won't ask them if they're buried here. I'll pretend like someone I know is buried here, and I'll sort of want attendance to see them.
They ask for a name.
Do I know sort of the names of the area? Can I just name off some random noblemen for like a history check?
Sure. Give me a persuasion check instead, though.
Persuasion. I like that. Got a plus 12 in that.
you rolled about the same thing. You made it sound good. I don't know what name you used. What name did you use?
Basilius. Oh, that's my name. Marcus.
Marcus. I think I heard about a Marcus being buried here a couple of years ago. Yeah. I think I heard about one too.
Now that I'm gonna ask, have you heard any news about any disturbances in these mausoleums?
Disturbances? Not really. Everything's going bog standard for a place full of dead people. I don't know why I'm going southern, but I am.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of dead people inside. I mean, you put 4 guards in a tomb, who's going to mess with it?
I guess I'll enter the mausoleum and look around.
Yeah, they open the door for you. They look at your companions. Are they joining?
No, they're with me.
Okay, it's a little weird, but hey, we're not gonna judge how you mourn your family. All right, everyone, have a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Why'd you say that so robotically? That was weird.
Sorry.
Well, have fun. Don't disturb any of the dead bodies. We'll have to put you in jail if you do that.
I wouldn't even try.
Rowan just sort of mock salutes.
Just walk on in.
Yeah, you guys walk in. They close the gates behind you. And now you're inside the wealthy mausoleum.
Okay, so check for signs of disturbance.
Yeah, can I see if maybe like it looks like there's any damage, not even damage, but looks like any of the tombs have been opened recently, or maybe where there should be dust around the corners. Maybe it seems too clean. Like so it's
Sure.
moved
Give
recently.
me some investigation checks.
No.
No.
Rowan's just looking for anything interesting looking in general.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff.
Nope.
People have spent
Oh my god.
a lot of money making these tombs look really good. But you do kind of notice, despite a lot of the bodies presumably being here for quite some time, it's surprisingly tidy in here. Like, there is no dust. It's a little oddly well kept. And there are probably 250-ish bodies here.
This place is disturbingly clean. Like, why would a tomb be this clean? Like, Rowan's like rubbing her fingers on stuff and like, this is like sterile.
I know one particular person who likes his table sterile.
You know, come to think of it, if you're gonna hide a body, or many bodies, graveyard's not a bad place to do it.
Sure, you could just replace them with dead peasants, and no one would know.
Rowan's gonna walk back to one of the guards and just ask, has anyone else been here to visit lately?
Yeah, we get people to visit all the time. People love to bereave their dead ones.
Could we have a list of those names, maybe?
Oh, I don't keep a list of people who visits. Did
Do
I
you
ask
guys-
your name when you visited? Just ask you who you were visiting.
Do you guys have like a cleaning staff? Because like I don't think I've ever been to a tomb this clean.
Roll me insight. Okay. You can see him starting to fidget a little bit, like he's avoiding direct eye contact with you, especially with that last question. He's kind of fidgeting. You can see him starting to perspire a little bit. He seems to be getting nervous. He's like, "Oh, well, people like to keep the homes of their loved ones clean as respect to the dead."
I'm gonna whisper to my right shoulder. Who wants to play good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, Rowan's just gonna kind of stare at him and be like, it's just that I'd really love the name of your cleaning crew. I'd love to be able to hire someone. I mean, if you can get something as sterile as a laboratory in a tomb, I have to imagine that they'd be pretty baller to have on staff.
Yeah, I can give you their contact information. They do a really good job keeping places tidy. Mm-hmm.
She just kind of stares at him, just very even. Like, she has that look in her eye that says, "I know you're full of shit."
Can I roll
Okay.
an intimidation check?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna say, how about you tell me and my sister the truth?
Question: how deep did you get into this tomb?
And I think we had enough time to.
Like, Rowan was like looking around pretty in depth, looking for interesting things.
Oh,
Okay,
still
so
got
you're
that
not-
coffee buzz.
Yeah.
You're not near the entrance, so I'm gonna do a thing.
Uh-oh.
You see him just kind of in a flash of movement hit a panic button, and it closes just a big old grate right in front of you guys. It's not really right in front of you, but like it blocks the way of you getting to him, and the four of them just book it
So it's a grate, like bars, or
like a big old fashioned iron portcullis.
all right, Rowan's gonna B-shape into a rat.
Yeah.
Squeeze through.
Yeah.
Drop B-shape. And then I'm gonna frickin' how far ahead of me are they?
Let's say like 80 feet away from you.
How far are we, Kerveius and I?
You guys are like just inside the tomb, so 100 feet. But
Let me
there's a big old portcullis in your way.
check something.
Oh, that's not a problem.
Oh,
Anything
well,
you try
fuck,
to do
never
will
mind.
definitely be a disadvantage.
But
Okay.
I look at Kerveius. You can dimension door.
Yeah, I know, but I can only take one of you with me.
Yeah, I'm the only one with you. They're both over there.
Oh, they're both outside? Just you and me?
No,
I don't think
Yeah,
so. I think
they're-
everyone
Magnus is
are-
also
Yeah,
inside.
Magnus is with us. That's why.
Oh, but is he? I thought he was at the gate thing.
No, he's with you guys.
Oh, okay, so he's with us. Only Rowan's 100 feet away.
Yeah.
I'm
Rowan's already
going-
slipped through.
Okay.
Do
I-
you have me? Do you have a misty step, or
I
is it
do.
just her?
No, I do.
Dirk,
You do.
just so you know, I'm casting Call Lightning right in between the two guards to try and hit them.
Yeah, I'll say you are able to hit two
Okay.
because they're kind of like spread out.
As I cast it, I'm running.
Yeah. Left guy gets vaporized. The next left guy gets shocked pretty good by this. The middle right guy is fine, but the right guy just gets shredded by claws. And
by
then suddenly,
claws?
yeah. And
While they're looking for a plan, I'm just gonna sort of stare at my nails knowingly.
And suddenly you guys happen to see a second figure appear, kind of out of nowhere. So there's two left.
All right, so I see this person. I'm just gonna kind of stare that person down while I'm still holding my spell.
The two remaining ones are obviously trying to continue running.
Oh, well, if they're running, I'm just going to call the bolt down directly on the one that's the furthest away from me.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
yell,
dead.
try to keep one alive if you can.
And I scream to the other one, if you don't want to go the same way, stop now.
Magnus, is that a thing you also said? Or is that like an order you gave her?
I think that she's probably gonna be fine with taking a captive.
Alright, so there's one absolutely terrified guard left. So whoever this figure is just kind of knocks him to the ground, putting her claws like up against him so he doesn't move. She looks back to you. She's wearing some sort of mask, so it's pretty hard to tell what her features are. She just gives you a wave.
Rowan just sort of
Uh-oh.
say same side.
She gives you a thumbs up.
Okay, you hold him. I'm gonna go get the others out. And I go back to the mausoleum and I look for like a button or a lever.
Yeah, you find what looks to be a lever, but it requires a key.
I will go back and loot the bodies of the guards and see if any of them have a key. Just as our unknown friend, I'm just gonna like make sure he doesn't move, and I'm gonna start raiding his pockets.
Oh, like as you made your way there and then back, she's just holding him up, bringing him with her.
Oh, okay. Then I will tell the guard, give me the key.
Or you'll what?
Or I will roast you alive while this one watches.
And then as you say that, she just kind of like makes her invisible-ish claws grow out of her hands again. And he's like, oh. Okay. This is bad. Here's the key.
Rowan takes the key.
It's pretty easy. It's just you just turn the key and pull the thing.
Yeah.
The portcullis goes back up. And you guys are free.
So I
Look at me getting shit done.
I look at Magnus. Explanation?
As I said earlier, my sister and I have a little bit of a practice. Bad cop, murder cop. Meet murder cop.
She gives you guys a little bit of a bow and then disappears again.
Huh. Is that your sister, or just,
My half-sister.
Ah, okay.
She's the one who found out that the dear doctor wasn't as dear as we used to think he was.
I see. Well, who wants to bet that this mausoleum has more to it than just dead bodies?
Well, after what we just witnessed,
Yeah, the chances of this being what we want is the same chances that Thagrak has at beating Graven in a fight.
I just look at you.
What?
Oof. That's a new.
This man has been oofed.
It's almost as good as the lost items joke, man. So, are we gonna question the guard here?
And I just kind of gesture towards Magnus. I go, do your thing.
So about that cleaning detail, maybe we could get a little bit more details.
Well, there's a large number of people that come in every night and clean.
Do they do anything else?
They may or may not remove some bodies.
And they bring those bodies where?
I don't know. I'm just hired to look like a guard. Well, I actually am a guard, but
Does he have any more information with a 29 intimidation?
He seems to be telling the truth. He was literally just hired to, like, he was probably a low guard on the totem pole.
When do they come back?
They come every 3 days.
When was the last time they came?
Let's say last night.
Do they know your faces, the guards here, or do you have a regular switch?
He hired both of us.
Okay.
He just took low totem guards and gave us a lot of money to do this.
Who did?
He was a shorter fellow, I think, wearing some sort of cloak. Said he was a friend to those low.
Human? Not human?
Human-ish. Couldn't see his face.
Did you see his hand?
Yeah.
What color was it?
What color is your brother's hand?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Brown.
Brown.
Oh.
Exactly what I was thinking.
And does this man that hire you, does he stop by?
No, he just hired us in the beginning.
Do you know where they take the bodies?
They just pay us to look the other way and not say anything.
Does that cloak character come here often to check on you guys?
Not that I've seen.
So you guys only met him once.
Yeah. He made a big spiel about how he's working for the little people like us.
Why do they want the tombs so clean?
I guess it's easy to hide what you take out when there's no footprints.
Hmm.
The rich people appreciate the cleanliness.
Well, the rich people won't be appreciating it when they find out that the bodies of their loved ones are dead.
They're supposed to be dead in a cemetery.
They're gone. Gone. When they're gone.
So can I go now?
Oh, that's definitely not gonna happen.
There's no guarantee you'll go tell your boss that you... Well, no, actually, if you tell your boss that you screwed up, they'll probably kill you anyways.
No, this is a place that believes in the fair trial, I guess, so worse than death. Death would honestly be preferable.
I'm walking away from that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about this, sis?
You just hear quiet. Well, you know what I think.
Do know what you think. We don't really need this guy anymore, right?
I mean,
No.
he's...
I already walked
Not-
away.
No, I'm still beside you. I'm like, if you want to do it, just do it.
I'm gonna stab him through the eye.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, while he's dead, I'm gonna snag his uniform, throw him somewhere hidden.
Sure, yeah.
Since I have the opportunity, can I go collect the other uniforms other than the guy who's been ripped to a cloud of fine mist?
Well, one of them was vaporized by
Oh, okay.
lightning.
Yeah,
The other
one
was
uniform
shocked
definitely.
real badly.
One was turned to electrified dust, and then one was turned into a bloody mist. That's still
Yeah.
2 uniforms.
No, the other one was shocked real bad, so it's a real
Okay,
brain.
that's still
You
one
only-
uniform.
You only have one uniform.
Is this going around my height?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna run up to Kerveius and Rowan, and I'm like, guys, the person he was describing was definitely my brother, without a doubt.
Okay, that's not surprising. And you still haven't figured out a way what you're going to do when you deal with it, because it sounds to me there's a little bit of brainwashing going on.
Exactly, and I don't like it at all.
So you're going to have to fight your brother, you know that.
I do.
Potentially might have to kill your brother. Again.
It's been what, 50 years?
I don't know.
50 years. I don't know if I can do it.
Would you prefer one of us?
I don't know. I really don't know.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and hope that if we have to fight him, that it's not to the death. Let's focus on nailing Barden.
Son of a bitch is gonna pay.
Well, by all accounts of the people here, you're first in line.
I'm gonna make a little cough in the background.
Yeah, that's exactly. I was thinking of our new friend too.
Yeah,
you did-
but he gave you first in line privileges.
He did say that.
Hence,
So.
you're first in line. I didn't say you were the only one. I just said you were first in line.
All right, you're correct.
All right, so what's your next move?
Well, I think Magnus wants to stake this place out and wait for the cleaning crew to return.
You might want to grab your friend.
Well,
Yeah, Thagrak.
It's been too
The cleaning-
quiet. I'm nervous.
he might just be drinking really good. I mean, he can't blow up the city. He doesn't have any gunpowder.
He only had 1 gold.
Cut to Thagrak.
Perfect time.
Pouring black powder in 5 different vials in his
Oh
new
my god.
shaped charge. He's
Out
gonna
of-
take a piece of paper and write beer, and then stick it to the black powder barrel.
Oh my god.
I imagine it's like a 5-year-old writing in crayon.
Thagrax, don't touch. I need to find. Is there like a park in the city, Dirk?
No. It's
No.
all city.
Is there trees anywhere? Like,
Outside the city, sure.
all right. How far outside the city? Like, would I have to travel like miles, or is there like
No. Like a 30 minute.
just outside the city?
Like a 30-minute walk.
I'm gonna leave one of the vials empty and head outside the city to a tree.
Okay. It's a
Take
beautiful
my
day.
hand axe and chop it until resin starts coming out. And it's gonna be a very, very messy process. We're just gonna get resin in the bottle.
Sure. This will probably take you the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's a messy process because it doesn't have a tap.
Yep. All right. So I know what Thagrak's doing for us today. That was easy. What are the rest of you doing?
Looking for Thagrak.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So whenever he's done, he'd go straight back to the airship.
All right. Roll me a DC 48 investigation. No, I mean, like, I don't think it's realistic for you guys to be able to find him.
DC 48 group
Yeah, because-
investigation.
Well, he's out of town, so we would be looking in town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
realistic that you guys would be able to find him.
No.
The real question is, how long would you try to find him?
Rowan would, at the very least, probably have B-shaped into a hawk and done a flyover of the city along the walls at, like, perimeter, looking for him.
Yeah, why not? Roll me an investigation.
That gives me another idea.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say with that. he's like just in an open field, heading for the trees. You notice a big old dwarf, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's him."
That's him. I'm just gonna fly over that way and circle and see what the hell he's doing.
All right, what do you? Yeah, he's just gathering sap. It looks like.
Is it a
Fairly
tree peeling
innocuous
off the
thing.
bark?
Rowan's gonna drop down right near him and drop the B shape and just walk up and be like, "What you doing there?
Getting some.
With just
Where's
an axe?"
What else do I have? Just chopping the tree.
Don't do it like that. You're gonna hurt it. And
A tree.
yes, it is a tree. And you're just going to open it up to blight and infection and fungus if you do it like that.
How else am I supposed to use that?
Would I know how to do this? Being,
Yes.
I will pull out some tools like you would, as if you were doing like maple syrup or anything like that, and
Yeah,
I
sure.
will delicately-ish tap the tree.
You want me to hit that for you? And pull out the maul?
No, I know what I'm doing. And I tap the tree so that we can, and like pull out like a tiny bowl or whatnot so that we can collect the resin.
I have a vial.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll use that. What do you need this for?
Bombs.
Jesus.
What?
Bombs. Where are you going to get the black powder?
You get black powder, don't you?
I'm not giving you any more black powder.
Oh, thanks.
With what gold?
Trade.
I want to insight check him.
Yes. Give me an insight. Also,
I
give me.
mean, technically I traded.
I mean, you did, but I feel like it's also a little bit of a lie.
Deception.
Yeah.
I actually have a +1 to that.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Rowan's just like, I see through your bullshit, Thagrak.
are you saying I'm not a good bodyguard?
No, I know
If
that
any
you're a
of you
good.
died.
I'm sure you're a fine bodyguard,
Oh,
but I
shit.
know that you're bullshitting me. So you either have something, whether it's gold or powder. It's powder, isn't it? You have powder.
Kerveius gave it to me.
Oh no. No,
you don't
I
even
know
need to roll for that one.
I know Kerveius Thagrak. He wouldn't give me black powder, let alone you.
Alright, I sold the design for a bomb and he gave me some black powder. It wasn't even a good bomb.
I mean, I'm not mad at you for finding powder. It's just that you owe Graven gold for bailing you out of prison. And when he finds out that you got gold and then bought it black powder with that gold, let's just say, what are you going to do to make it worth my while not to tell Graven that you have black powder instead of his gold?
I won't blow up the ship.
I don't care about that. I can fly.
Besides, you said you were going to take it off my paycheck, but you never pay me anyways.
I'm not the one that hired you.
So, take it up with them. I don't have anything for you. Pull out my bag and show it. I've got 4 vials of black powder. I've got a vial of sap. And I've got this. I'll pull out the shaped shards. It's all built together. Do you want my mechanical liver?
Actually, yes, I do.
It's yours.
Rowan's a magpie. She'd take that.
Yeah, she would.
and I've got a pickaxe.
I don't want the pickaxe, but I'll take the mechanic.
I've got 30 pounds of obsidian back on the ship.
No, I don't care about that either, but I'll take the mechanical.
See, I have. There, you can have the liver. Everything else is.
I'll take some of the black powder too. Not all of it, just 2 vials.
All right.
2 vials
All right.
worth.
Fine. Well,
Okay.
I'll get you some and go back to the ship.
Okay. I won't tell anyone that you have your own powder then.
We get back to the ship, and I dip into the keg that says Thagraks don't touch beer. I do a super secret look around. All right. Yeah, 2 vials, and you can give to her.
Alright, I take it. And the mechanical liver. My lips are sealed.
Now I
And
need
then
to test this bomb.
Just gonna point to the others, be like, guys, I found Thagrak. After we've returned.
Where was he?
Outside of the city, looking for trees and sap.
For what?
It's Thagrak, I didn't ask.
So yeah, well, so I say, Rowan, you didn't come and get us as soon as you found him?
No, I was afraid he was gonna hurt, like he was like chopping into trees and whatnot. I figured if he was collecting sap for God's knows what, I was gonna do it properly. So I was helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a way of casting message, and I used both of my B shapes, one to fly and find him, and one to get out of that tomb.
I pull out the vial of sap.
Look,
See?
it's fine. She's here. He's here. They're not in jail. Let's just move on.
I'm disappointed that you would assume that I'd wind up in jail.
Accurate.
You're with Thagrak.
Accurate.
What are my levels of suspicions with Thagrak right now?
How is that suspicious?
No, just the fact I took so long. 2, the fact that you were looking for tree sap. That's super odd.
Well, I mean, do you know how long it takes to collect tree sap? It takes
No,
forever.
Not the time. The actual reason why he's collecting tree sap.
Why were you collecting? Here, let's get it over. Why were you collecting tree sap?
Well,
Just
I
to-
figured once I build this bomb that blows in the specific direction, I thought, well, when it blows up, it might just blow the metal back with no way to hold it. So if I stick it to the wall, then it won't blow the metal back right away, and the force will still go out.
Does that answer your question?
Okay. Fair enough. I've got nothing.
Yeah, I'm trying to end. Like he's trying to end the conversation because he just really does not want to know.
My suspicion level right
he's
now
like,
is pretty much
I
like
know they did
0.
something, but I really don't want to know right now. Ignorance is going to be
Yeah.
bliss, and he's trying to
Yeah.
convince you in a very indirect way the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's like I have a bit of suspicions, but it's not enough to keep pursuing. So it's like, well, all right.
Next time I'll remember to call. I won't remember to call.
I know you won't.
Yeah, and I think that's where we'll end.
Yay.
Yay.